Congress should have won because their internal assessment and public polls showed Congress was winning with a landslide. So what went wrong? Congress claims they have lost only because of vote theft. Rahul alleged a theft of the magnitude of 25 lakh votes in Haryana. That includes 5 lakh duplicate voters, around 93,000 invalid voters and 19 lakh bulk voters. After yet another such expose, as the Congress calls it, the questions that were asked even last time remain the same. Why has there, first of all, not been any legal follow-through by Congress leaders Rahul Gandhi or others or their candidates to these charges? How can discrepancies in a voter list be proof that votes were cast for a particular party by bogus or duplicate voters? How can any individual vote multiple times, getting their finger inked? And if they did manage to do so, what were party agents doing? And the most fundamental of all questions that faces the opposition parties today is Rahul Gandhi repeatedly making a case for special intensive revision of electoral rolls, which his party and allied parties strongly oppose. So we'll take that and more to our guest joining us in just a bit. But first up, here is Rahul Gandhi has claimed in his news briefing today as proof that something has gone extremely wrong, and he has laid the blame directly at the doorstep of Election Commission and BJP. So he has claimed that this picture of a Brazilian model was used by many entries or for many entries in the voter list, and that people in the image or using the image of this model voted 22 times using multiple voter IDs across 10 booths. He also alleged that a voter's photograph appeared nearly 223 times in 2 booths and under different names. Again, he says this is proof enough to show that multiple people are voting multiple times. He then went on to allege that those with house number 0, those who were called homeless by the Election Commission, their house number was 0 on many of these entries, but Congress found that they actually do have actual homes. A man named Saddam Hussein, his plea was broadcasted by the Congress press conference. He claimed that he and his wife's name were deleted from the voter rolls. So Rahul Gandhi has of course asserted that not only are fake voters being added to support the BJP, but genuine voters are being cut out. His claim possibly being that these voters could have voted for the Congress party. He also alleged that those linked to the BJP members, leaders, those linked to those members and leaders, they were found to have their names in the voter list of multiple states, going on to allege that these people crisscross through these states and they vote in multiple states along with a lot of their followers to support the BJP in various state elections. Let's dissect some of these states or some of these poll results that Rahul Gandhi has mentioned. So he has raised concerns about primarily 4 to 5 constituencies in Haryana. What happened on those seats in Haryana is what we're going to break down for you. So one seat that is in focus is Rai. Now the election results that Rahul Gandhi is presenting is that they were abnormal, right? So were these results abnormal for these states? In Rai, the BJP had won both in 2019 and in 2024. The margin of victory in 2019 was just over 2,600 votes, and the margin of victory in 2024, that is last year, was 4,600 votes. So is this enough to suggest that there was some huge discrepancy in how this constituency votes? Then there is Hodal in Haryana. Here the Congress chief Uday Bhan had lost, so this was a prestigious loss for the Congress party. He lost to the BJP's Harinder Singh by 2,595 votes. Uday had won this seat in 2014, but he had lost in 2019 too to a BJP candidate. So that just goes on to show that there hasn't been enough by the Congress party to suggest that there has been some huge scale rigging. In Hodal, the Congress lost in 2019 too by 3,384 votes. In 2019, an independent candidate, Rakesh Daultabad, had won the polls. He defeated the BJP candidate by over 10,000 votes. This is for, let's go across to Badshahpur now. BJP's Rao Nirbir Singh had won this constituency last year by 60,000 votes. And an independent candidate had won over the BJP in 2019 by 10,000 plus votes. So BJP has also lost to an independent candidate. But in 2014, BJP's Singh had won the polls defeating Daulatabad, then INLD party candidate, by over 18,000 votes. So nothing that has changed drastically, that BJP is not a party that has won on these seats before. Then comes the seat of Tigaon. BJP's Rajesh Nagar has been winning the seats for the past two elections. Last year he won by a margin of 37,000 votes as against 33,000 votes in 2019. So again, nothing that suggests that this wasn't a seat that the BJP couldn't have won. Mulana is another seat, is the only seat where Rahul Gandhi mentioned that Congress had actually won the last two elections. But he suggests that there has been some discrepancy here too. So the Congress's Varun Chaudhary had won in 2019 by a margin of just over 1,600 votes. Pooja Chaudhary won it last year by a margin of over 12,000 votes. So in some senses, the Congress that had a history of winning in Mulana, they also managed to increase the margin of their victory. So did these fake voters then ended up voting for the Congress party is the question that many will ask. Now the Election Commission has refuted many of these claims in the past, but they have also suggested once again the same questions that come to mind as to why no appeals were filed against the electoral results in Haryana. It had added that 22 election pleas are currently pending in High Court against the 90 assembly seats. Furthermore, it asked why no objections were raised by Congress booth-level agents if one person was voting multiple times. The Election Commission claimed that a copy of finalized voter list was handed over to all parties, and therefore, how can anyone suggest that now they have found these discrepancies which they didn't find earlier? So what were they doing all of this while when it was given to them ahead of these elections? And also finally that question, how is it that anyone can claim that one voter voted specifically for a certain party? It's a secret ballot in India. So how does anyone know which voter voted for who? With that, the big question we ask once again is, has a vote chori charge been established by Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party? That debate is coming up next.
When everybody is saying that the Congress party is sweeping the election, when every indicator is that the Congress party is going to win, all the polls, all the exit polls are saying it. 2 crore total voters, vote chori of 25 lakhs, possibly more, but confirmed bias of 25 lakhs. That means 1 in 8 voters in Haryana are fake. Somebody fed this lady into the electoral list at a centralized level, not at the booth level.
कांग्रेस की विफलता को राहुल गांधी के सर में फोड़ने के बजाय ईवीएम को फोड़ रहे। वोट चोरी का क्या अर्थ होता है? खुद को इतने साल उनके परिवार इस देश को चलाया, तो क्या वोट चोरी से ही चलाया था?
Let's go across to our guest joining us, Radhika Khera from the BJP, Matthew Antony of the Congress party with us. Salim Dharanidharan is also joining us from the DMK, a party that has now officially opposed the SIR exercise in the state of Tamil Nadu, and R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, is also with us. Matthew, I want to begin with you. The normal questions that have been asked post Rahul Gandhi's press conferences in the past and today are the same. Do any of this, any of what Rahul Gandhi has presented, prove that there was vote theft, that any of these duplicate entries actually managed to vote multiple times, that they managed to vote for a certain party, as the charge is that this was all done in connivance of the EC and the BJP to bring them to power or back to power? First, let's just go through that query that has come up.
Shall I?
Yes, go ahead.
So, the vote chori which we are saying is not about a Congress party. It is about the soul of the democracy that we are saying. It is the mandate of the people, which is a sacred mandate, is being stolen by the BJP, where Congress is saying we go by the constitution, we the people, where BJP is saying we the power. Now, I don't have to enumerate the specific details which our leader Rahul Gandhi has put across to the public.
Yes.
You have got the specific details there, the names there, the constituencies there. What the communication which we are saying is, we have given you specific information, detailed information. Are you ready to come back on this? A press conference and so much of loud noise and shouting will not help. Counter it with specific arguments and say what it is. Let the people of India know about what it is. We have not raised it with one state. We have raised it with a couple of states, starting with Maharashtra. Then we picked up some constituencies in Karnataka, now in Haryana. And we said that by 8 seats, we lost the margin in Haryana. And you look at the total numbers which has been enumerated by our leader, you clearly see the specifics. Now, I am not here to listen for too much of a shouting or a history of 50 years or 60 years. I want to know what specifically BJP has to refute or the government of India has to refute specifically on these matters which has been raised. Now, how can you justify a Brazilian woman in the Indian voters list? We can say that here and there 0.5% of differences, we can understand that. But look at this huge gap. What do you have to say? I'm not here to listen to any kind of nonsense of 50 years, 60 years, 75 years. Let's speak specifically on this.
Okay, no, but the fundamental question that is being raised before I bring in the BJP representative is that let's say this woman's picture has erroneously been used by several people when they were getting their voter IDs made. What does that establish? That the pictures are incorrect? It certainly doesn't establish that she came and voted 22 times, right?
Exactly. So it's a software, it's a technology intervention. And they are refuting that there is no technology intervention. In the last time also there was some admission from the Election Commission about somebody doing the deletion. It is only a matter of seconds. It is only a matter of seconds to get the IP address from where this has happened.
No, one second. We're confusing two issues.
Why it is not happening?
No, I'm just trying to understand. He has claimed that a voter's photograph has appeared 223 times in 2 booths. So therefore, that voter has got a chance. Actually, today he used his words very carefully. He said that voter has got a chance to vote 223 times in 2 booths. But one, that is not physically possible. You would also appreciate that. And secondly, the question is that just because a person's photo has been erroneously used for multiple voter IDs, that's a discrepancy nobody can deny, and these discrepancies exist. That doesn't mean that a fake voter has voted using their voter ID. That also doesn't mean that the same individual has voted multiple times. That hasn't been proven.
Shivani, now we have put up the argument with the details stating that this has manipulated the election. The other side has to fairly come and say that or refute with evidences that it has not happened.
Okay.
We just want
the
government of India has got the entire information with them. We don't have the entire information. They have refused to give readable information.
No, but then shouldn't the Congress party say, see, this is what we found and therefore we want to raise questions? The problem only is arising because Rahul Gandhi has already declared that all of these elections are fraud.
We are convinced of the matter and we are making their allegation. So let them come back with the proof. And if you're wrong, we can be taken to task by the government.
Okay,
why are they not doing it?
The BJP has its own view on it, but obviously the competent authority on this to respond would be the ECI. Last time they did do a very detailed press conference debunking some of the allegations by Rahul Gandhi. A press conference will not help. You're saying they have to present proof of some kind, right? But the EC, is going to ask for affidavit in somebody's name for them to register a complaint and for them to have a detailed investigation into the matter. I'll come to that in just a bit. But yes, Radhika, I think the Congress party's main aim is to say that, listen, these are states that we were bound to win. But when maybe the BJP got spooked that the Congress could win so many state elections, they have colluded with the ECI and the ECI has been a willing doormat to ensure that there can be large-scale rigging of the electoral process. Please respond to what Rahul Gandhi said in today's press conference. The evidences he claims he provided.
Happy Dev Deepavali and Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Jayanti to everyone. Now, Rahul Gandhi's idea of vote chori is so comical that it should come with a laugh track. He claims that a woman voted 223 times in one day. Basic maths. 11 hours of polling means one vote every 3 minutes. So according to the great thinker who napos the atta in litters, she queued up, got her ID verified, signed forms, pressed the button, ran to another booth, repeated this every 180 seconds without a single polling officer noting. This is not a complaint. It's a cartoon. And we saw a live Cartoon Network, which is now shut down, playing at the Congress office. Now, the intellectual caliber of the leader of opposition is zero facts and full of fantasy. When defeat stares him in the face, he doesn't blame his party's incompetence. He does not look at what his leaders are saying. He attacks India's democracy, India's election commission, and even the Supreme Court. This is not ignorance anymore. It is a deliberate attempt to shake public faith in our institutions, which during their tenure were always compromised. Now, when he talks about the Congress spokesperson here was talking about a Brazilian model.
Yes.
I would like to bring up the 1980 Lok Sabha elections. A woman from Italy was voting in the 1980 elections. Her name was listed in the New Delhi Lok Sabha voter list. And let me remind you, she was not a citizen of India till 1983. Are we forgetting that? Why are we not referring to that? And that was the time when Indira Gandhi ji won her election in 1980 and the Congress was in power. How did a woman who was an Italian citizen, not a citizen of India till 1983, her name was there in the New Delhi voter list, and how did she vote for India's Lok Sabha elections? Now that, for fact, is the reality of the Congress party. So they think that the kind of things that they've been up to, and I'm sure this Brazilian woman must have voted for the Congress. How can Rahul Gandhi be so sure that she voted for Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji or for the BJP? Does he have his cameras or an extra vision at every booth, like without knowing anything, that woman could run everywhere? So every time he loses, he manufactures a new conspiracy. And now they know that they're losing the election in Bihar. And let me tell you, remind everyone, everybody knows what Haryana is all about. We've seen what Kumari Shailja ji has said. We've seen what Randeep Surjewala ji has said. We've seen why Kiran Chaudhary ji left the party. Everybody knows that the crazy infighting in the Congress party in Haryana makes the party lose the election themselves, because the leaders go on to defeat each other all the time.
Okay.
Instead of looking at their own party, अपने घर के अंदर देखने की जगह, always वो एक कहावत है ना, नाच ना जाने आंगन टेढ़ा. That came to life today on the press conference of Rahul Gandhi.
No, so I want to ask you a counter question, which is possibly the more serious charge that Rahul Gandhi made today was he showed these photographs of these BJP leaders, members, or those affiliated to BJP leaders and members, saying that they have their names in UP also, Haryana also. They keep switching states and they keep voting en masse for the BJP. These are people affiliated to the BJP. Overall, taking that into account, taking all of the allegations into account, don't you think this is a serious matter that even BJP should be concerned about?
If what Rahul Gandhi is saying is a fact, what is stopping his party? He has a battery of lawyers who go on to oppose the Ram Mandir, who go on to say that Ram ji kalpanik hai, who go on to say that Ram Setu exists nahi karta. They can go on to fight an election for a thing for him here as well. It's the same court which has granted him bail. So I'm sure he believes in the court as well. Otherwise, he should surrender his bail as well if he doesn't believe in the legal system anymore. He is not ready to give an affidavit. He is not ready to go to court. And a journalist from ANI asked him that question. Rahul Gandhi ran away. You cannot have a shoot and scoot policy. And why is Rahul Gandhi not talking about I think the seat was Malur or Kalur. I'm forgetting the seat from Karnataka. Right after, right on the day, the second press conference that Rahul Gandhi conducted with his so-called bombing, which he bombs on himself, there was a court ruling which ordered the cancellation of an election in Karnataka on a particular seat, which the Congress party had won. Why is Rahul Gandhi not talking about that? Why is he not saying that I am withdrawing my government in Karnataka because a vote chori has been officially found in court and that election has been cancelled? So why is he not taking the right stand over there and saying, हम गांधी जी की पार्टी है, हम संविधान में विश्वास रखते हैं और मैं अपनी कर्नाटक की सरकार गिरा रहा हूँ? You cannot have my way or the highway every time. And again, I will repeat, if he believes that there is a problem in the Haryana election, what is stopping Rahul Gandhi from going to court?
Okay. Before I bring in our other guests, Radhika, don't you think, one, that maybe all parties should be concerned that there are just such large-scale discrepancies? If you claim there are discrepancies, that these are very large-scale discrepancies, despite the fact that, you know, in Haryana, ahead of the 2024 elections, there was a small, review done of the voter rolls. Not an SIR, but an SSR was done.
I absolutely agree with you. whether it is an SIR, whether it's the SSR, they have always been done when the Bharatiya Janata Party is in power, not when the UPA or the Congress is in power. Secondly, I'm absolutely agree with you. There should be an SIR. There should be these things that should be checked, which is why people like Prashant Kishore, who have a voter ID in Bihar as well as West Bengal, they are exposed, which is why there is a need of an SIR. But the same Rahul Gandhi circle, the same Indi Latbandhan will go around saying there is no need of an SIR. If there are so many troubles, so many problems that they have today, apparently that hydrogen bomb that he's launched, why is he against the SIR? He should be the first one to be welcoming SIR. Like I said, he is confused. This is not leadership. It is not seriousness. This is not opposition leader. This is just trying to demean the nation. If you believe that there is something wrong in the Haryana elections, if you believe there's something wrong in the voter list, why are you opposing the SIR?
Okay,
You should
okay.
be the first one to welcome it.
Yes,
Which
I
is
want
why
to
we
take
are
that.
getting there.
I want to take that to Salim Dharnidharan of the DMK as well. You're also opposing the SIR, but whether it was the case of Bihar, the case of Karnataka, the case of Maharashtra, certain few seats that Congress had talked about, the only thing it really establishes is that there is a set of discrepancies in our voter lists. Maybe an amount of corruption of the voter list has set in after years and years or decades in some cases, and there needs to be a special intensive revision. Why do you oppose it then? Because Rahul Gandhi's press conferences only end up strengthening the case of an SIR nationwide.
See, the firstly and foremost, the problem that we have is we don't have trust in the election commission or other institution. When I say this, I'm not saying that they're intentionally manipulating, but I'm saying their capacity for sure to conduct elections have gone down. Is it only me saying this? No, what is Qureshi, who once said in the 90s, I am election commission not for government of India, but for India. He says, election commission is now captured, is what Mr. Qureshi has said, but can be redeemed. Interesting point to note. What happened to Lavasa, an election commissioner in 2019, only because he ordered to check the helicopter in which the Honorable Prime Minister traveled. Lavasa's family members were harassed with income tax.
ये वोट चोरी
And
कैसे
then
है
he had
ये?
to quit. He had to leave the country. He had to leave the country and then go to ADB and work, Asian Development Bank. That is the story. And in 2024 election, the votes polled and votes counted did not match in 150 constituencies. How long did the election commission take to exactly tell how many days did it take to tell how many votes were polled? The percentages came within 2 days, but the number of voters, that took 10 days, 2 weeks. And for certain cases, you had to go to the court. This is basic math.
No, but that doesn't prove any vote chori, right? Salim, that doesn't prove any vote chori. Yes, you can have your apprehensions on the EC. I mean, nothing can be done about that if you don't have faith. My question is, all of these allegations that Rahul Gandhi, your ally party, is making, I mean, even in Bihar, Tejashwi is not raising these issues. That says something about how much faith the allies have on this issue when it comes to winning elections or actually grabbing the imagination of the voters. For you as a party, as the DMK in Tamil Nadu, is this just pure BJP opposition, or is this, for the betterment of the electoral rolls in a certain state? What is the objection of SIR?
No, I was coming there and you cut me short. So I was telling all this to say how the capacity of election commission is reduced. And opposition leaders in this country represent about 60% of the people, right? Because I think BJP Varsha is not more than 37-38%. So he is within his right to ask right questions. And as journalists, you should do investigative journalism to see if this happened or not. It's not to justify or support the union government, which unfortunately is happening now.
No, so there are
Even
many
BJP
journalists. One
thinking
second. Since you said this, there are very many journalists who have posed questions on this to the ECI. Very many journalists have gone to these case studies. Certain women in Bihar that Rahul Gandhi had earlier mentioned, certain men in Uttar Pradesh whose names were found multiple times. A lot of these people have been tracked down. None of the allegations, none of the case studies are standing the test of investigation. You think there aren't journalists who would love to prove this? Of course there are. Have they been able to?
Yes. No, see, I think that's not the whole point. But even then, the matter is sub judice regarding SIR in the Supreme Court. Let me complete, and let me not be interrupted. So, matter is sub judice regarding SIR in the Supreme Court. In fact, when the Election Commission said no Aadhaar, no election voters ID, it was the Supreme Court said this is preposterous. Aadhaar has to be included. Voters ID issued by the Election Commission has to be included. So, that itself shows how much trust one can have on the election commission and how it functions. Do we have to go to Supreme Court to get something as basic as accept Aadhaar as an ID, which was announced by the union government? So how will you trust the institution? And more importantly, 1 month, how can SIR take place? 8.4 crore people. Tamil Nadu is bigger than, population is bigger than France, UK. So even census takes 2 years. You haven't done the census. So if because census has not been done, 10 crore people in this country are left out of Food Security Act. So first do the census. We'll exactly know what is the population, right? Without the census, we don't even know which constituency, how many people are
Okay.
existing. So do the census. India is the only country not done the census. Then
No,
after
so I
the
think
census,
the
do a
Election
long,
Commission-
detailed SIR.
The Election Commission announced that there
The
will be,
Election
of course,
Commission cannot have the capacity
there
to
will
do
be
this,
a
yeah.
redoing
I am
of
saying
the
the capacity.
constituencies or the capacity or the how many votes per booth would be allowed. In that sense, they will, of course, do a redrawing of how the election exercise will happen. But you talked about Aadhaar. You only mentioned half of what the court said. The court also could
No, you're
not.
not letting me
could
complete. No, Shivani.
Sir,
You're not-
I've given you 3 chances. You haven't finished your point.
No. Let me complete. See, all the three you intervened right at the time when I was trying to explain. My point is, we do not trust in the capability or capacity of the election commission. It is not working in the manner how it should work.
Okay,
Right?
I
That is
asked
point
you
number
the
one.
question
Point
as
number
to
two,
what
why
is your
SIR?
opposition to
How can
SIR.
happen
You've
Why
gone on to
before
tell me
election?
everything else, but what is your opposition to SIR?
1 month is not sufficient.
1 month,
My point,
okay,
right?
Aadhaar.
30 months, right? It's not possible.
Huh.
Why before elections is my second question.
Okay.
Why not do for after 26 for
Okay.
1 year? For whole country, you can do SIR for 1 year, 26 to 27.
Okay.
Parallelly can take place in every state. What is the hurry?
What
Right?
is the hurry?
Intention,
Okay,
right?
okay.
It is in the
Now is it
detail.
enough? Can I come in now? So on Aadhaar, the court said consider Aadhaar as one of the
And
documents.
matter sub judice.
Sir, one second. Bihar, we've heard enough. On your plea, it may be sub judice now. On Bihar SIR, we've heard enough of the Supreme Court's mind. On Aadhaar, it said consider Aadhaar as one of the supplementary documents, but court reiterated it is not a proof of citizenship. Right? 1 month, the question was asked for Bihar. The court clearly did not feel that that was sufficient to stop the exercise in Bihar, which you claim is much more backward than you. In the state of
I have not claimed
Bihar.
anything like that.
Okay.
I have not claimed anything like that.
Okay, DMK claims Tamil Nadu is more progressed than Bihar. In Bihar, this
I am
exercise
saying
was
BJP has not done
completed
anything
in
for
1
Bihar in the
month.
last 20
In
years.
1 month. Timing, the issue was raised for Bihar. Timing is not a sufficient argument. It can be raised for anything. Why not after 2026 elections is no legal argument. What is the hurry? Again is no legal argument. Elections are happening next year in Tamil Nadu. Clearly the exercise will happen before an impending election. So, whatever objections you have raised, those questions have come up for Bihar exercise. So, is this just pure political opposition, R. Rajagopalan?
No.
Shivani, I want to have 1 or 2 important quick points.
Yes.
Political points. Today, Mr. Sampath Singh, the Congress leader in Haryana, resigned from Congress and blamed it on Rahul Gandhi on vote chore. You must have read it and you must have also heard it. Second, Kumari Selja, though she was with Rahul Gandhi and she is opposed to Bhupender Singh Hooda, she is also in the thick of it saying that she will lose. Congress will lose. She has said it on so many times. Second, Rahul Gandhi has gone to Maharashtra, Haryana, etc. I am asking only one thing from DMK spokesperson. In Tamil Nadu, 2019, 2021, 2024, 2023 Panchayat elections, all the elections DMK won landslide. 39 out of 39 they won. Was it a vote chori? Second thing, DMK has
reply?
gone to the Supreme Court. DMK has gone to the Supreme Court on SIR. Why can't Mr. Rahul Gandhi go? DMK has approached Supreme Court. Therefore, Mr. Rahul Gandhi should also go to Supreme Court. Finally, I would like to say, even Radhika Khera is not raising this issue. High time, Election Commission, Mr. Jnaneshwar Kumar, he is threatened. He says, after your retirement, I will hound you. Rahul Gandhi said it. BJP did not take any note of it. But no, Mr. CEC, Chief Election Commissioner, like TN Session, should act, saying Congress symbol, DMK symbol, rising sun, Congress symbol, high hand, that should be frozen. As per the Election Commission's orders, they will freeze it. What will they do, Congress? vote chori, you will chori symbol also. Therefore, in high time, the Election Commission takes a stringent action. Do not be डरपोक नहीं चाहते हैं. राहुल गांधी says डरो मत. But now Election Commission डरता है, BJP डरता है, राधिका कह रहा डरती है.
Okay, Radhika, you want to respond to that? No action on Rahul Gandhi's daring on the CEC.
Well, we know that Rahul Gandhi has this habit. Sometimes he encourages
Yes, Matthew, coming to you next. Yes.
the Generation Z to come out and behave like what happened in Nepal and Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. He loves violence. Although he says and claims to say that he is a believer and follower of Mahatma Gandhi ji, but he is the one who tries to incite violence again and again, and he goes on to threaten everyone. And we've seen this. Congress has a record. They've killed their own leaders. They've killed their own leaders have killed their own wives, and we've seen how they have wronged people who have worked in their party. कभी किसी को पिटवा देते ऑफिस में, कभी किसी को बंद करवा देते. So that is the gunda mawalipan of the Congress party. And yes, absolutely, we should pick it up, and I'm sure that there will be action taken against. But the moment I'm sure action is taken, these people will start trying foul the Congress and the Indi Latbandhan ki dekho because you're in power.
No, I really don't see any freezing of the Congress symbol happening anytime soon for obvious political reasons. But yes, Matthew, I want to come to you on the question that keeps getting asked, and I think it's a fair question. You're a lawyer yourself. How is anybody supposed to take Rahul Gandhi's claims seriously unless he puts his name either on that affidavit that the EC can then act upon, or legally challenges some of these findings that he is presenting in a court of law?
Shivani, I'll come and answer to this question. At the same time, I have to give some replies to the BJP spokesperson. They made an allegation of the vote made by Sonia Gandhi before becoming a citizen of India. Can they prove it? They are making these allegations. Can they prove it by a court of law? Else, don't get into that argument. Yes, we have our party people leaving our party for continuation of their business contracts with the governments. Yes, we have. We have people who have left the party like that. But we have people who have been staying with the party. And what we are making here is that, again, the BJP spokesperson is making an allegation about Congress leaders having cases. Prove it. Let it be proved. Don't make allegations when it is not proved. And then don't make allegations, that Rahul Gandhi is supporting agency, supporting everything like that, because we all in this country know who is making religious hatred a part of their political agenda on a daily basis, daily minute. Every minute of this country is being made through a political hatred, a religious hatred. And they are teaching us something like that on moral ethics. Rahul Gandhi has opposed it, not for the Congress party, but for the soul of democracy of this country, that the whole principle of democracy has been stolen from the people with the inconvenience with the Election Commission of India.
Yes.
So now, coming to the oath of Rahul Gandhi and affidavit of it.
Yes.
He is a leader of opposition. He has taken oath in the parliament, and he is taking it as a leader of opposition. Now, if the Election Commission has got any guts or any courage to prove, because we are saying that this has been technically manipulated in connivance with the Election Commission, and we stand by it. We have put the details there.
Okay. No, but Matthew,
let the Election Commission come and counter it, or let them go to the court of law and take it.
No, I don't think the Election Commission does this business like this.
They by themselves. They are just doing a press conference. Why can't they refute these details? Details by details which we have given.
Okay. They should refute them for sure, because otherwise it creates a vacuum in which there is a lot of speculation and people are left with ineffective information to make up their minds. But Matthew, just like you said, whether Sonia Gandhi voted or not in 1980, etc., can they prove it? The question still stands for the Congress party. Can they prove that any of these quote-unquote bogus voters, additional voters, duplicate voters actually voted multiple times? I mean, the voting process today is a fairly good process. Anybody who has voted would know. You get your finger inked, you've got party agents, you've got multiple polling agents who are there in the booth. It's just not possible for somebody to do this repeatedly in one booth or a neighboring booth, etc. Yes, there may be cases where people's names are found in lists in different states. We know that for even prominent people, and that is exactly the kind of things, erroneous things or baggage that is deleted when SIR type exercises are done. The issue though is that the entire premise, Radhika, you can come in on this, is based on this fallacy that because exit polls showed we would win Haryana, that we believed we would win Haryana, we believed that we would win Maharashtra, and we were shocked by the results, therefore there is something wrong. That's not something that makes a feasible argument to prove vote chori. Radhika first and then Matthew can come on.
Now, Mr. Matthew said two things. He wanted proof that Sonia Gandhi voted in 1980. Here's the proof. I will put it on social media and tweet it, her name in the 1980 electoral roll. And I'll tell you, I'll read out the names over here. 385 Indira Gandhi ji, 386 Rajiv Gandhi ji, 387 Sanjay Gandhi ji, 388 Sonia Gandhi, 337 Maneka Gandhi. Age of Sonia Gandhi ji at that time, female, 35.
No, but did she actually vote? Proofs. His point is her name may be there in this list.
So her name is in the polling list.
Exactly, but did she actually vote?
India 1980. The question is, a lady from Italy who was not a citizen of India in 1980, how did her name get into this list? Who got her name in here? Just
why
because she belongs to the
Gandhi
family,
why
does that give her the legal right? Let me complete. I did not speak over that man. Kindly ask him to mute himself.
Okay, one by one, please.
He has made some serious allegations. He made another allegation that people from the Congress party, because of their contracts with the government, left the party to join the BJP. I challenge him openly, since he's a lawyer and I'm a lawyer myself. Please name those people, and I'm sure those people will have their legal right to take the necessary actions against this man. Since he's a lawyer, they also will be lawyers who might want to take that action. And I have said it with proof. My question was simple. If a woman who is not a citizen of India, like the same way a Brazilian model whose picture was displayed by Rahul Gandhi in 1980, she was not a citizen of India. And in the words of Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, a very senior leader and former president of India, who was made the president during the Congress rule, that in April 1983, Sonia Gandhi ji surrendered her Italian passport to the Italy embassy.
Okay, let's not make this about Sonia Gandhi.
So how was though? Of course it is. If it is about a Brazilian model, it is also about an Italian lady who was not a citizen of India, yet she found her name in the electoral roll in 1980.
Okay.
Who got the name there? That is a question that the nation wants to know.
Okay, no, so what both of you are agreeing to is that there are discrepancies in the electoral roll. Does that prove vote chori is all that the public wants to know? The media wants to know, the public wants to know. Did vote chori happen or not?
Exactly how the Italian lady voted for the Congress, the Brazilian lady also voted for the Congress.
Okay, I just want to say here, there is no independent verification that CNN News 18 can make either of that EC list that you are quoting or of whether she voted or not.
If Rahul Gandhi can make that claim, I'm making that claim.
Exactly, these are all claims.
And as an Indian citizen as I am, if he has the right to make that claim, so do I.
Absolutely, but ma'am, this is exactly the question that I am asking.
I will also not go to court.
Are political claims being made and posing grave accusations and challenges to the entire electoral process in India and institutions in India in a superficious manner? That is the question today, because this is not going anywhere. From the atom bomb to the hydrogen bomb, I don't think it has moved the needle. All it has done is shown that there are discrepancies. Nothing has been proven on record. And Radhika was right. The one complaint in Karnataka where the court actually favored a candidate, a losing candidate, was that of a BJP losing candidate against a Congress winning candidate. Yes, final words to Salim, Rajagopalan and then Matthew. Yes.
I think the primary point that we have to note is that the institution of election commission is not working as it should, and we are raising that point. In Tamil Nadu, the DMK government gets its mandate from people. So people of Tamil Nadu also do not want SCR to happen in 1 month. So we are raising objection. So what is the point? Okay, Rajagopalan asked the question, your party has been winning. Fair enough. But my point is, just because we are winning the election, if the election commission is not working in an efficient manner, should I not question? Should my government not question? And again,
was
in
it
the election, you can only manipulate 2%,
one by one.
Right?
Okay, no. So R. Rajagopalan, 30 seconds to you. There are questions over quote-unquote the credibility of the EC.
I have to come to the last point.
Yes, last point, Salim. Yes.
Like how much ever you manipulate, you can maybe manipulate by 3% vote, make a huge difference. Other elections, it does not matter. Even in Russia, elections do happen. But are the elections fair? Okay, in our country, it's not as bad as there. But any inefficiency will tilt the election in favor of one party, and we do not want that.
Sir, okay, I have to move on. Salimji, I have to move on. R. Rajagopalan, issues of credibility of the EC, is the EC itself to blame for it? Successive EC, bodies and CECs.
My only one point is, if EC was fair in Tamil Nadu, why EC is unfair in Haryana? Second thing, EC has already given clean sheet to Mr. M.K. Stalin, DMK, saying that 39 seats they won. Was it a vote chori? Can Rahul Gandhi say that Haryana and Tamil Nadu can be compared? Will the DMK spokesperson vouchsafe that? Because the election was free and there was no vote chori. Suppose if 39 out of 39 they won, how can you say there is a vote chori there?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. No, that's a question that, of course, we have asked earlier. And Matthew, I'll give you 30 seconds on precisely this. How can your internal surveys or exit polls be a barometer for you to judge whether vote chori has happened or not?
It is not our internal surveys. It is what we are saying is, again, I repeat, for the power of repetition that I'm repeating, that we have put specific details on what are the parameters under which we are making this allegation and why we are convinced about this. So let there be a counter to counter from the Election Commission of India. And on the SIR part of it, why we are saying is because 2011 onwards, the census of this country has not happened. And you're saying that in 60 days, 98% of Bihar has completed their entire data submission to the state for the SIR. So these are difficulties to believe. And then the allegation is not that they have gone and physically voted. The allegation here is that it is technically manipulated. And that is where the manipulation is there, that the vote chori has happened and the Sarkar chori has happened when the BJP has realized that they are losing the state. That's exactly the allegation which is being made, and not that they have gone by booth physically to vote this. That's exactly our concluding statement.
Yes, Rahul Gandhi alleged that there was this comment made that we have arrangements by a BJP leader, and those arrangements were possibly talking about this. But that is also a leap of faith, frankly, to suggest the BJP has come out and clarified that that arrangement means they have cadre on the road, and you can't deny the BJP is a pretty mean electoral machine.
This is anti-nationalism from the BJP when they claim that everything is nationalism. They
Congress
take state
is
after
dead.
state.
Mr. Matthews,
Congress is one by one.
not India.
It is the voters' right.
There is no Congress. In Haryana, there is no Congress. Congress is dead.
Okay, I have to leave it at that. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. Moving on to the other big story we've been tracking, the joy of several pilgrims on the eve of Guru Nanak Dev's birth anniversary was marred by a startling turn at the border crossing at Wagah. Pakistani authorities had approved over 2,100 visas for Indian pilgrims, but only 1,796 were allowed to cross the border as part of the official Sikh route. Around 300 travellers, including Hindus, were refused entry for alleged procedural lapses, though Hindus in particular say they were singled out on the basis of religion alone in their travel documents, and despite having completed all formalities, these Hindu families returned, let down by Pakistani officials, announced that only those listed as Sikhs would be allowed to board the bus bound for the sacred site at Nankana Sahib. Now, this is what we've learned from top government sources, that India has taken stock of this incident, saying that the denial of entry to Hindus in Pakistan is a serious concern, one that it goes beyond administrative lapses. It's a pattern of deliberate tension. Furthermore, Pakistan's action undermines people-to-people ties and violates humanitarian norms and bilateral commitments. Pakistan's action also erodes public trust in cross-border engagement. Earlier, I spoke to some of these Hindu pilgrims who were wanting to go for their pilgrimage but were denied further entry, and they say they were singled out as Hindu pilgrims. हाँ जी, अमरचंद जी, आप बता सकते हैं क्या हुआ आपके साथ, कितने लोगों के साथ हुआ, आपके साथ और भी लोग दिख रहे हैं?
मैम, ये ऐसा है, हम 7 आदमी थे, यहाँ से 4 लेडीज थी, 3 जेंट्स थे। एक ये देखो, ये 70 प्लस है और ये 60 प्लस है, ये 50 प्लस है, मैं 54 प्लस हूँ। और हमने यहाँ पे जाके अपना पंजा साहब के जाना था। हमने जत्था में पासपोर्ट जमा करवाया रकाबगंज गुरुद्वारे पे, गुरुद्वारा मैनेजमेंट कमेटी में। वहां से हमें वीजा मिला, हम चले गए अटारी से गए इमिग्रेशन करा के वाघा पे हमारा फूल मालू से स्वागत किया और वहाँ बोला यहाँ करेंसी चेंज करवा लो। हमने करेंसी चेंज करवाई। उसके बाद बोला कि बस की टिकटें ले लो। 13,500 रुपए की एक टिकट हुई। हम 7 आदमी थे और हमारा 95,000 रुपया लगा। फिर इमिग्रेशन करवा के वाघा से फिर हमें बस में बिठाया गया। तो जब हम बस में बैठे तो 2 वर्दी वाले और 3-4 ऐसे सिविल में उनके सिक्योरिटी वाले थे। उन्होंने आके हमें नीचे उतारा और ऐसे बोलने लगे कि आप हिंदू हो। इनका टारगेट पाकिस्तानियों का यही होता है। पहलगाम में भी इन्होंने जो काम किया, तो बोला कि आप कौन हो, कि हिंदू हो, तो इनको किया। हमसे यही पूछा गया कि आप कौन हो, कि हमने बोला हिंदू है, कि हिंदू हो तो आप गुरुद्वारे में नहीं जा सकते। ये सिखों के लिए ये बनाया गया है हमारा जत्था, अब हिंदुओं के लिए नहीं। फिर हमें बहुत अनाप शनाप बोल के वापस भेजा गया। ये आप स्टंप में देख सकते हो कि हमें वहां से भी एंट्री कर दिया था, बाद में हमें कैंसिल की स्टंप लगा के हमें बाहर निकाल दिया। और जो फिर हमने बोला हमारे टिकट के पैसे वापस किए जाएं, ये टिकट ले लो। टिकट हमसे ले लिया और उन्होंने हमें पैसे वापस नहीं दिए, 95,000 7 आदमियों के। फिर हमने बोला ये क्या करोगे, बोला आप तो वापस जा रहे हो, आप बस में बैठ गए तो आपका किराया पूरा हो गया, हम किसी और को इस आपके टिकट में भेजेंगे। हमने कहा ठीक है जी, हम वहां तो कुछ कर नहीं सकते थे।
तो आपका पैसा भी ले लिया और आपको पूरा पहले फॉर्मेलिटीज क्लियर करा के पैसा भी ले लिया, और उसके बाद बोला कि अब आप नहीं जा सकते। तो आपको क्लियरली ये बोला गया कि क्योंकि आप हिंदू पिलग्रिम हो, आप हिंदू हो, इसलिए आप गुरुद्वारे में नहीं जा सकते, आपको क्लियरली ये बोला गया?
जी जी शिवानी जी जी।
तो आपके साथ तो आप कह रहे हैं 7 लोग हैं, 7 लोगों का 51,000 का पैसा खर्च भी हो गया।
एक मैं हो गया, एक ये हो गए, 2, एक ये होगी मेरी वाइफ, 3 ये मेरी समधन है, देख रही है ना, 4, एक ये हो गया, 5 और 2 दो ये खड़े आ रहे हैं अंदर, पीछे खड़े होने की जगह नहीं।
जी जी जी, समझ गए।
ये हमारे प्रधान जी हैं, और एक तो बेहोश पड़ी है, वो परेशान हो के सफर में, सुगना देवी नाम है उसका, सुगना देवी।
अभी आप कहाँ पे हैं?
अभी हम घर पे आ गए रात 1 बजे।
अच्छा, तो मुझे ये बताइए,
एक मैम ये है, ये
जी जी जी, मुझे ये बताइए, आप पहले जा चुके हैं क्या ननकाना साहिब, पहले विजिट कर चुके हैं क्या?
जब हम नहीं जा पाए मैम, हमारे मन की यही थी कि हम एक बार जाएंगे ननकाना साहिब, पंजाब साहिब भी, जितने गुरुद्वारे एक बार हो जाए। ये हमें मौका गए। ये हमारे हिंदू सम्मान फाउंडेशन के प्रधान जी हैं, ये इनसे थोड़ा बात कीजिए।
जी जी जी,
नमस्कार शिवानी जी।
हाँ जी, आपके साथ भी यही हुआ क्या सर? उन्होंने बोला कि हिंदू हैं तो आगे नहीं जाने देंगे?
मैं हिंदू सम्मान फाउंडेशन का राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता हूं शिवानी जी। पाकिस्तान ने जो ये हरकत करी, काराना हरकत करी, और गुरु नानक जी के प्रकाश उत्सव, जन्म के उत्सव था, और कोई वो एक जाति के नहीं है, वो सभी धर्मों के लोग उनको मानते हैं। और यहाँ से ये गए और हिंदू पूछकर इनके साथ दुर्व्यवहार किया गया, और इन लोगों को कहा कि हिंदू है और आप नहीं जा सकते। बस से जबरदस्ती खींचकर इन परिवारों को नीचे उतारा, और इनके 95,000 रुपया जो है वो भी ले लिया, और इनसे बदतमीजी करी, अगर आप हिंदू हो आप चुपचाप यहाँ से चले जाओ। तो ये वापिस आ गए। मैं आपके चैनल के माध्यम से सभी से ये निवेदन करना चाहूंगा कि क्या हिंदुओं के साथ पाकिस्तान इस तरह की बदतमीजी करेगा, इस तरह की काराना हरकत करेगा? एक धार्मिक जत्था जो वहां जा रहा है, और उस जत्थे में अगर ऐसी बात थी तो पाकिस्तान एम्बेसी ने वीजा भी तो लगाया है, और जो हमारे सिख गुरुद्वारा प्रबंधक कमेटी के थे उनको एतराज नहीं था। हमें वीजा लगने के बाद हमारे इन हिंदुओं के साथ प्रताड़ित किया गया और उनको परेशान किया गया। तो मैं आपके चैनल के माध्यम से अपने सरकार से भी ये कहना चाहूंगा कि पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ सख्त से सख्त कदम उठाए। ये हिंदुओं का अपमान है, 120 करोड़ हिंदुओं का अपमान है। मैं हिंदू सम्मान फाउंडेशन के राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता होने के नाते आपके चैनल के माध्यम से सभी हिंदुओं को कहना चाहूंगा कि ये हिंदुओं का अपमान है, हमें इसकी आवाज उठानी चाहिए, और पाकिस्तान को इस बात के लिए सबक सिखाना चाहिए कि वो हिंदुओं के साथ बेइज्जती कैसे करी और हिंदुओं का अपमान कैसे किया।
जी जी बिल्कुल, अमरचंद जी मेरे साथ बने रहिए। अजय कुमार, वो भी एक पिलग्रिम है जिनका वीजा कैंसिल कर दिया पाकिस्तान ने लास्ट मिनट। अजय कुमार जी, हमें बताइए कि आपके साथ क्या हुआ? जो बाकी हिंदू पिलग्रिम्स हमारे साथ जुड़े, उन्होंने बताया कि उन्होंने सारी फॉर्मेलिटीज कंप्लीट करी, पैसा भी दिया, बस में चढ़ तक गए थे, और उसके बाद वहां पे कुछ सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स ने बोला कि आप हिंदू हो तो आप आगे नहीं जा सकते।
हाँ जी मैडम, मैं तो तौर पर चल भी गया मैडम। सत श्री अकाल जी।
आप कह रहे हैं आप भी बस में बैठ गए थे?
नहीं, बस में नहीं बैठा सीगा, मैं तौर चला गया सीगा, अपनी मैसी में पास करता सीगा, सारे अपने डॉक्यूमेंट क्लियर हो गए सीगे जी। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਧਰਲੀ ਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਪਾਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਜੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਕਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ।
अच्छा, तो आपको आगे नहीं जाने दिया, वीजा वगैरह सब कुछ हो गया था आपका?
साहब को बस की टिकट भी दी सीगी, करेंसी भी चेंज कर दी। हाँ जी।
कितने लोग थे आपके साथ अजय जी?
मैं 3 सीगे, 3 2 चले गए, मैं कल्ला ही आ गया सी वापस।
अच्छा, तो बाकी 2 सिख थे, उनको जाने दिया, आपको नहीं जाने दिया?
मैनू नहीं जाने दिता जी, मेरे नाम दा हिंदू कह के मैनू उन्हीं वापस भेजता जी।
अच्छा, आप क्या पहले गए हुए?
नहीं, पहला नहीं गया करे जी, पहली बार जाना सीगा।
पहली बार, ठीक है। तो आप इस बारे में क्या कहना चाहते हैं कि आपका हिंदू नाम देख के और आपको हिंदू बता के पाकिस्तान ने आपको वापस भेज दिया, आगे नहीं जाने दिया, जबकि सारी फॉर्मेलिटी आपने भी कर रखी थी?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, ये गलत गल है जी, क्योंकि असं सारे इत्थे रहने इकट्ठे रहने जी, पंजाबी बोलते हैं, इत्थे जम्मे पले हैं, जो भी पंजाब नूं कहंदे, जे पंजाब नूं एवं रखदे तां असीं पंजाब दे विचे रहने जी, सानूं भी रखण नाल पंजाब कल्ले नूं नहीं, सारे हिंदुस्तान दे विच जिन्ने लोक है सारे ने एवं देनी चाहिए जी।
तो आपको क्या लगता है पाकिस्तान क्या करने की कोशिश कर रहा है? हिंदू सिख को डिवाइड करने की कोशिश कर रहा है?
मैनूं तां लगदा साडे देश नूं पाड़ना चाहते हैं जी।
और ये हिंदुओं पे जो इतना वो जैसे पहलगाम में भी हुआ और अब यहाँ पे भी देख रहे हैं कि सिर्फ हिंदुओं को ही अटैक कर रहे हैं, जबकि सारी फॉर्मेलिटी कंप्लीट करी गई है, उनको क्या प्रॉब्लम है, चाहे हिंदू जाए या सिख जाए?
प्रॉब्लम जी इन्हां नूं पता होगा इन्हें की सोचिया दिमाग दे विच, क्या नहीं सोचे बैठे जी। असीं तां मत्था टेक के वापस आ जाना सीगा।
तो आपको क्या लगता है कि ये जो अब इतने सारे हिंदू पिलग्रिम्स के साथ ये हुआ, जो जाना चाह रहे थे शरणार्थी, तो उनको उनके साथ ये सारा हुआ, तो अब कैसा मैसेज जाएगा अब पंजाब में पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ?
नहीं, मैसेज तो जाना चाहिए जी, सारे ने घर घर पहुंचना चाहिए मैसेज। ये गलत गल है जी, हुण इन्ने असीं कितना सफर तय करके गए जी घरों, क्योंकि सानूं खुशी भी सीगी असीं दर्शन करने जी। अज गुरपुरब सीगा गुरु नानक देव महाराज जी दा, असीं नहीं पहुंच सके, सानूं खुशी बहुत ज़्यादा। ते एक उन्हें आपे वीजा लाया, आपे वीजा कैंसिल कर दिया, अपनी जवान ते नहीं उतरते जी, आपे कहना दे आपे झूठ बोल पाते जी।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, अपनी जबान पे नहीं उतरे और झूठ बोल रहे हैं। तो मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ, आपका कितना खर्च हुआ अजय जी, ये सारा जो आपने पूरा तैयारी कर रखी थी जाने की?
ये हमारा इतना खर्चा तो नहीं हुआ था, हमारा तो सिर्फ 500 रुपया वो लगा था जब हम पहले दिया था, उसके बाद इतना लगा था, ज्यादा नहीं लगा था। हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
तो अभी आप सरकार से कुछ उम्मीद रखते हैं कि इसके ऊपर कुछ एक्शन लिया जाए?
नहीं, एक्शन तो लेना चाहिए, जो जाना चाहिए हुण असीं भी मानते हैं, असीं किहड़ा उत्थे जाके बंब लैके गए सीगे, जब बंब सट्टना सी उत्थे जाके। हाँ जी, उन्होंने साडा वीजा लाया असीं चलो उत्थे दर्शन करके वापस आ जाना सीगा।
वी आर वेटिंग, हम देख रहे हैं कि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का इसमें क्या रिएक्शन आता है, बट आपके साथ जो हुआ वो बहुत सारे बाकी हिंदू जो दर्शनार्थी थे वो जाना चाहते थे उनके साथ भी हुआ। तो मुझे एक चीज और बताइए अजय कुमार जी, आप क्या दोबारा भी अटेम्प्ट करेंगे? गवर्नमेंट अपना एक्शन लेगी बट आप दोबारा भी जाना चाहेंगे?
नहीं, दोबारा तो नहीं जाना जी, दोबारा जाने की लोड़ है जी, पहले नहीं सन दसता जी।
हाँ। सो अजय जी मेरे साथ बने रहिए, क्योंकि हमारे साथ अमरचंद जी भी है, उनके साथ 7 लोगों को नहीं जाने दिया। और वहां पे भी अमरचंद जी, आपने सुना होगा कि अजय जी क्या बोल रहे हैं, उनको भी नहीं जाने दिया, यही बोल के कि हिंदू हो, तो ऐसे बहुत सारे जो हिंदू श्रद्धालु थे उनको नहीं जाने दिया आज पाकिस्तान ने।
जी मैम।
आप क्या उम्मीद रखते हैं गवर्नमेंट से?
शिवानी जी, हम उम्मीद रखते हैं कि भारत सरकार आदरणीय मोदी जी से, आदरणीय अमित शाह जी से हम ये प्रार्थना करते हैं, पाकिस्तान ने जो ये हमारे साथ हरकत करी हमारे हिंदुओं, जैसे आपने अभी बोला कि पुलवामा में जो उन्होंने कहा, वहां पे भी जाति पूछकर उन्होंने अटैक किया उग्रवादियों ने, और यहाँ पे भी उनके जो क्या नाम अधिकारियों ने ये पूछा कि आप हिंदू, और हिंदू होने के बाद जबरदस्ती बदतमीजी करते हुए इनको बस से नीचे उतारा और कहा, और पैसा भी नहीं लौटाया।
Co-powered by This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Shifting focus to a CNN News 18 exclusive, Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, the first Indian to step aboard the International Space Station as part of the Axiom Mission 4, earlier spoke with my colleague Shrishti. This is an exclusive conversation in which he describes his space journey, an unforgettable experience, and what lies ahead. Listen in to that exclusive conversation.
Today we have with us Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, yes, the Indian astronaut who made a historic mission for India and became the first Indian astronaut to board the International Space Station. Group Captain Shukla, welcome to CNN News 18. It's been months since that historic mission. How do you think it has changed the way people dream, the way India dream?
I think in a sense, a lot of ways it has changed. I did not have an idea of how this will impact people back home, but I can say that I'm extremely happy to see how people are excited about this, especially kids and youth. They are so excited about space now. They ask me such, strange and interesting questions. It just shows that their interest is growing and they are reading up on their own. And I think it is a great momentum that we should keep giving wave to, because the plan that we have of becoming a developed nation by 2047 and precursor to that, a lot of missions that we have, I think getting this new generation excited and wanting to be involved, to be a part of this, I think that is going to be our core strength. So I'm really happy with the kind of excitement that is there in the country.
Right, sir. I think the big dream that India has is Gaganyaan, and the preparations are there. Yes, 2 years down the line. How do you think the preparations are going for that?
The preparations are going very well. In my talk today as well, one of the key points that I wanted to communicate was that the human space missions are extremely challenging and they're very complex. And I think that is what is to be understood by everyone. So these are not simple things to be done. So it takes time. But I'm very happy to say that the preparations are going very well and we are on the track. And now that we have been a part of a human space mission end to end, we have filled in the gaps. If at all there were some gaps, we have the knowledge now. And I think very soon we would be on our path of launching someone from Indian soil on an Indian rocket.
So it's been 5 decades since humans landed on the moon. You talked about it. So apart from just a technological demonstration, this human spaceflight, how important it is for India, also in terms of the scientific research? Why is it so important for us to do a human spaceflight?
See, when we pursue human spaceflight missions, what we are essentially trying to do is sustain life in an environment where it should not exist. The conditions are very harsh. And so what happens is, by pursuing this, you are solving very unique problems and coming up with unique solutions. And these solutions have a potential application for terrestrial based problems, over a period of time. And by pursuing such complex and arduous missions, what happens is that you create an entire ecosystem, the machinery to solve these complex problems, which not only solve these problems for you, but they solve a lot of other problems. And you stumble upon other solutions which you did not even think of in the first place. So I think just by the pursuit of such complex missions, you change the entire ecosystem of in a country of a particular section, and that ecosystem develops and it has the power to transform your education, transform your R&D setup, transform your industrial base setup, transform your economy and uplift so many people on earth. And I said this when during my talk as well, that when you launch one to space, you actually lift 1 million here on earth.
Right. So from being a test pilot in the Indian Air Force to now becoming an astronaut, how has life changed for you?
In terms of altitude, yes, a few, one more zero was added to how high I was flying, but it has changed in a lot of ways. I have been extremely fortunate to get the chance to travel to space and represent India on the International Space Station. And I absolutely enjoy that privilege that I have, but I also have a great sense of responsibility that comes along with it, and that is what my mission now is. I had a very different job description and mission back then when I was doing the test pilot job in the Air Force, and now I have a very different job and a very different mission. So I hope I'm able to do that as honestly and as sincerely as possible, and I hope I'm able to create and write this excitement which is there right now in the country and use this to enable our space program to grow by leaps and bounds of where we want to get.
Right. And becoming an astronaut is now a dream that millions of Indians thought about, but now it can actually turn into reality. What is one word to the students, to the young people who are really watching you and getting inspired? What is your word to them?
My word is, first thing, yes, please be inspired. Dream big. The first blockade that we have is in our own minds. Nothing is restricting you. Nothing is stopping you. We are living in a country, in India of 2025 today, where everything is possible. It is only restricted by what you can think. Please dream big and please work hard towards that dream. Don't think of the future. Do what you can do today. And my request or my message to you is that we as a nation have decided that we'll land on the moon by 2040. We as a nation have decided that we are going to be a developed nation by 2047. But it is you who will get us there. So please get involved. Please feel a part of this movement. Think what can you do to get us where we want to go. We will need all of you in future. So please working towards that.
Shrishti Chaudhary, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details and perspective on that. Shrishti, we of course celebrated what the past looks like for Shubhanshu.
Hello and welcome. You're watching our special broadcast on the battle for Bihar. It's a battle for pride and prestige, a battle between the experienced and the youth, and a fight for the women vote and the youth vote. It is a battle for alliances, one that is vying to win a majority in the 243-member Assembly of Bihar. The NDA is citing its track record as it seeks another term, while the Mahagathbandhan is banking on promises for the future. And then there is the surprise factor, the new factor of Prashant Kishore and his new party, the Jan Swaraj. Will he cut into votes? Whose votes will he cut into? Or will he emerge as a key player, perhaps even a kingmaker? Before we get a sense of what the mood on the ground in Bihar is, it's the final battle for 2025. Let's quickly plot the big things to watch out for in this election. But first, here's what is at stake for both the alliances in this big battle for Bihar.
एनडीए का जो घोषणा पत्र आया है, क्या बिहार में आपको शिक्षा मिल सकती है? कांग्रेस की कनपट्टी पर कट्टा रखकर सीएम पद चोरी कर लिया।
फिर कहना उनसे, नरेंद्र मोदी जी, हम आपको चुनाव जितवा देंगे, आप 2-3 योगा के आसन कर दो स्टेज पे, योगा के आसन कर देंगे।
आपको जिंदगी यात्रा निकालो, हम एनडीए वाले